Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new FIFA 18 Ultimate Team player review. Today we're going to be looking at a new Prime icon. It is of course Prime Hernan Crespo, 90 rated. The Argentine icon has got 89 pace and dribbling as well as 90 shooting. He's 6 foot tall at striker with medium-low work rates, right-footed as we all know by now, with the 4-star skills and weak foot. And as you can see there, scored me a nice 20 goals in 14 games and gained a lot of assists as well. So it's pretty much going to be a positive review today. I've got a couple of squad options for you. As you can see, a nice Premier League team mixed with the latest 3 Prime icons, Nesta, Litmanen and Crespo himself. He plays as a lone striker in that team. And then of course we've got the Mega Squad where Crespo features as a right striker in a 2-striker formation, 4-1-2-1-2, lots of beasts in the squad. Imagine a midfield of Pogba, Milinkovic-Savic and Ruud Gullit. How is anyone going to get past that? It's just nuts. So moving on in to the in-game stats for Crespo. This is his best version. You know, what can we expect? I'm hoping for really good things, and in the important areas, you know, that a striker needs, the pace, the dribbling, the shooting, it's looking good for him. I didn't feel the need to boost the shooting stats much here today. I wanted to get that agility and balance up. I wanted to get the pace up a little bit as well. And as you can see, I've gone with the engine chemistry style to do that. It just does look really good in game after applying that chemistry style. And as you can see, those in-game stats just looking like he could be a bit of a monster up front. So those are the stats. It's time to move on in, show you all the goals that I was able to get with the Argentina striker. And we can talk positives and negatives. I've got 3 negatives to discuss today because I really like him. I actually do. I think he's a great option for one of the cheaper icons on the game. If you are likely to do an SBC for an icon striker, he's definitely not going to break the bank in terms of, well, some other players will. He definitely won't. But stamina is a bit of an issue, you know. This is the best version of Crespo in his prime, and he's definitely not lasting all game long without just starting to feel a little bit sort of out of fuel and a little bit less springy and pacey as he does at the start of the game. So just something to bear in mind there. Also, I was expecting this guy to have a bit more strength. We're still in the 70s for strength, and it hasn't been boosted with a chem style today. So I just noticed that there were a couple of times I thought he might outmuscle a defender. Didn't quite happen, and then of course we lose possession because he's unable to win that physical battle. And then long shots, you know, I might score 1 or 2 of them, but Crespo is someone which I definitely recommend getting the ball inside the box for. When you took a look at his shooting stats in game, it was very noticeable that long shots were one of the weaker areas. You know, it's only like 82 or something, which just means that, you know, a fair few of them will go in, but from inside the box with the finishing stat and stuff that he's got, I would recommend just getting it in there to him, you know. You'll have a lot more success. So those are the negatives, or the things that you guys should bear in mind when picking up a player like this. We can now move on to the much longer list of positives, because Hernan Crespo is very dangerous on this game. He will score you lots of goals and he will win you matches as well. Obviously, icon can link to anyone, so play whatever team you want around him. I would recommend a smaller, maybe slightly quicker player next to him, because you know, he's got good aerial ability. He may not be strong, but Crespo can win them headers and stuff and knock it onto someone who's blisteringly quick. But yeah, that would be a good, you know, 2-striker option. Or, of course, he does play pretty well as a lone striker. But one of the first things I noticed, this feels like the quickest version of Crespo that I've used. We're now up to 89 pace, which is very solid. And, of course, with the engine chem style today, we've managed to get him up to seriously high levels of pace. He also has good agility and balance. Now, for some reason, I always had it in my head that Crespo was going to feel clunky, but be a bit stronger. And as it happens, this Prime version is actually really agile, but kind of weak. So a little bit more of the opposite to what I thought he was going to be. He does possess really good ball control, and he dribbles with the ball nicely, keeps it nice and close to his feet. Those long touches when you get up to speed, pulling away from the defenders, can also be really useful today. I mean, I used it today and got some pretty good clips of him, as you can see. Positioning wise, as you can tell, last shoulder of the defender most times. Medium low work rates means that, I mean, I quite like that. I prefer medium low to high medium, because I don't want him getting back and helping defense whatsoever. And with the medium attacking work rate, he pretty much stays up there all the time. There's just the odd occurrence every now and again where he's not quite on that last shoulder of the defender. But a lot of the time, right place, right time, takes a good touch, smashes it into the back of the net, and you're running away celebrating with yet another goal. Of course, 4-star skills and weak foot are also very beneficial to a player like this. There are some prime icon strikers which haven't got 4-star skills, and I would put Crespo above them all day long. I mentioned earlier about his aerial ability, and then just finally, great shooting. He's got shot power inside the box. The finishing is nuts. Nice finesse shots, nice low drivens. He's kind of got it in his locker, but I just wouldn't recommend necessarily taking them long shots all the time. They might not be your best bet. But there you go, guys. Prime Crespo, ranking him alongside Kluivert, maybe, as, you know, someone that's very similar on this game. Let me know if he is right for your ultimate team. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Catch you next time. Peace.